Ready? Yep. So what's Gucci? Y'all, your boy 3 Stacks in this thing, representing Team King of Games, and like a lot of y'all is asking for my ban list reactions, and like I'm really sad. Like I'm upset. You know, I already like threw my fit because I lost Denlong and I lost my Lithosagem, and those are my most powerful recovery plays in the deck. Like it does hurt a lot, and I know a lot of people have a lot to say. Like, you know, what are you gonna do now? So the second the ban list came out, like I literally modified my deck right away. You know, to be able to play this format because I still want to play this deck. And I do want to update my heralds because, you know, they basically have full power now. So it's kind of like, oh, 3 Stacks, don't play your Zings, play your heralds now. But the build I took today was like, of course, no Denlongs, you know, no Lithosagem, and I still went undefeated in top today. And I just really want to showcase you guys the deck because the combos have changed like a lot. It's lost a lot of power, but it's still a really strong deck. So let's hop right into this deck profile. I'll get a little closer for me. So I play now 3 Agni Mazut the Vanisher. Before, this was like the worst card ever to draw. I was playing 1 of him. Now I have to play him at 3 for me to enable my combos. Like I play 10 fire monsters in the deck, so I have to be able to resolve him by popping my Barastos. So basically, because I can't make Denlong off of my True King combo that I explained to you guys in the video, this deck became like a Calamities turbo deck now, and it's kind of like there is an edge in my deck as higher ceiling because dinos are kind of dead, so my deck is the only deck that's really going to consistently make Calamities multiple times in a duel. So it's pretty cool, and I did resolve their effects to actually like banish and like use Calamities and call their attribute and just go off that way a lot today. But we're still playing 3 copies of Agni Mazut because now he's the card I have to draw going first because I need to draw him, a fire, and him. And basically, if you don't have those, if you just draw this, a diagram, and the Yang Zing, you still get the combo off, and you make Calamity, and you'll still have a floater for your 9 pillars to go off. In tandem with the 3 Agni Mazuts, we played 3 copies of True King Brastos the Fathomer. Fathomer is definitely the new best card. He honestly was in 2nd place in tandem with the Lithosagem. Honestly, the Lithosagem was the absolute best card in my deck because I used him to bring back Denlong to Surge, bring back Magma Dragon. Like I did a lot of crazy stuff, but the deck lost a lot of power just off of that 1 Lithosagem. It really hurts a lot. So he's the new best card in the deck. Of course, I use him for my Magma Dragon Turbo, and then I'm also, if I open with Jiaotu outlets and no Jiaotu, I just pop in and bring out Jiaotu anyways and combo off that way. So we're playing 3 of them because also like I was seeing a lot of back row being played today, so I used his effect 3 times to banish back rows, pop in 2 monsters, clearing 4 cards, which is pretty clutch. And then to sum up the True King lineup, we're playing 2 copies of Mariame. Now I wanted to maximize on her because when you open with her and the diagram, it's really strong, but I didn't want to play her at 3 just for that reason because it's kind of like it's still a ratio and statistics thing, and I basically used her similar to Brastos. Like for the most part, I'm popping her with either diagram or another True King, or when she's on field off of Brastos, you pop her with your Baxia. But then I also use her effect to pop a win and pop another monster my opponent controls with Calamity, just so I can clear monsters from the field to OJK. So we're only playing 8 True Kings now. You could maximize and play 9, but the problem you'll run into is you'll be drawing Mariame with either, if you don't draw her with the diagram, you'll have to draw her with the win, so it makes her kind of like a dead draw. I mean, we only played 3 win monsters altogether in the deck, so I just really didn't want to maximize on her, even though she's so beautiful, and I love her. She's a giant chicken, but that's just 8 True Kings. And for the Yang Zings, we're playing 3 copies of Darkness. The combo is really, it's a lot weaker without Denlong. Like, everything got weaker, but it's still Yang Zings, and it's still really strong. Like, I was still comboing off like crazy with this guy, and basically now I'm just using him for Baxia loops. But he's still really broken, and he's a great card. If you can resolve him going 2nd, you'll clear entire established boards without destroying. And then we have 3 copies of Fire. This guy, I had to bump him. So in my other build in the past, I played 3 Earths, but now I had to cut Earth to 2 and play 3 Fires because Agni Mazut is the new combo enabler instead of Lithosagem, which was the Earth True King. So we have to maximize on 3 Swannies. Only 2 copies of Beyond the Earth. I hate drawing him going first now because he cannot be popped with any True King. You would have to have basically 2 True Kings with the same attribute and him. So you don't really draw him, but you need to have multiples in your deck, not only to make your Herald of Arclight on your opponent's turn, but to make your Synchros unable to be destroyed by battle. Like, for example, when I made a Chao Feng, I locked my opponent out from all of the attributes. He was unaffected by spells, he was unaffected by traps, he couldn't be destroyed by battle, and they couldn't use monster effects. It was like either Kaiju him or lose, and that's how it happened. So it's really strong. But I still would not maximize on the Beyonds just because we don't play Earth True King anymore. So you really want to open up with the right attributes. And then 2 copies of Water. Big C is really powerful. Just making your Synchros unaffected by traps is extremely important because like Mirror Forces, Torrentials exist. And then, of course, like, True Dracos might die down because, like, they're pretty much dead, but you still want to make your synchros unaffected by traps as much as possible. Like, you just have to. 2 copies of Chi Win, 2 copies of Zafranu. Zafranu is more important than ever because we don't have Denlong. This is the only way you can search for 9 pillars and for your Zing path now. Before, when we had Denlong, with the combo, you could search double pillars. Now you can only search 1 pillar or 1 path per turn. So it just kind of limits you, but you still can use him for the combos to search your pillars. Like, for example, if you open with the pillars, you use him to search for the second pillars. And then I still only play 1 copy of Pull Out. I mainly just use him to make my synchros unaffected by spells like Board Wipes, Kaiju Slumber, Dark Hole Raigeki. 1 Magma Dragon, he's like honestly the MVP. Like, I get so much grind game synergy out of him. Without Lithosagem, it's like him and Baxia are my only recovery plays now, so they're really, really strong. And then for hand traps, I'm playing 3 copies of Ash Blossom, this beautiful baby right here, and 1 Maxi. If you open up with any of these cards, these are your going second cards, and sometimes this is really strong when you're going first. It just depends, like, if your opponent tries to Maxi you, you can Ash it. And this is extremely relevant for the Trickstar matchup, because if you Ash their first reincarnation, they basically have to have 3 different ways to force you to draw, so it's really, really strong. And the monster lineup is extremely heavy, but this deck combos off with the monsters and not the spells. And the best spell in the deck, obviously, is triple double Ds. 3 Optimus Prime making 6 double Ds. I'm just honestly, like, I'm just amazed that, like, Konami didn't hit this card, but they hit everything that it searches. And then 2 copies of Zing Path. I hate opening up with this, so I cut it down to 2. And with Denlong being gone, it just really, really hurts a lot. But the deck is, like, still so powerful and so broken. It was just like, when I had Denlong and when I had Lithosagem, that's why I wasn't losing. Like, I just couldn't lose. I was just killing everybody with it. And then 1 copy of Soul Charge. It's like the best spell in the deck, honestly. Diagram's really strong too, but Soul Charge is like wins you games once you load your grave up with like True Kings, Calamities, like not Lithosagem, I'm sorry, but with the other True Kings, it's just really, really strong. And then for traps, I literally just play 3 9 pillars and double strikes. So in this deck, if you draw a spell or if you draw a trap, you're happy either way. So it's really, really strong. And that's the main deck. It's actually just 42 cards. And then for the extra deck, we're playing 2 copies of Calamities. I originally was playing 3 because I was scared of Lithosagem for the Dino matchup, but he's gone and it's really sad. So now we're playing 2 because for the most part, you make 2 a game. If it ever came down to a point where I have to make 3 a game, I'm either doing something wrong or my opponent's just really, really good. So in the future, he may go to 3, but for now, we're playing 2 Chlamydia because he's got me so many games today, and he's like the king of the deck now. So we might actually just bump him up to 3 because this is like I make him so often now. And then 3 copies of Baxia. Honestly, the best card in this extra deck aside from Chlamydia. You just make him all the time on your opponent's turn for nutty combos. It's either him or Black Rose, depending on the situation, so I could just board wide my opponent during their main phase and go off on my combos the next turn to OTK them. And then I have to play double Chao Feng now. Chao Feng is like one of the new MVPs. Losing Denlong just really made this deck a lot weaker, like I said. Chao Feng makes up for the missing power, and he's also one of my extensions to go into Calamities. So you use him a lot. He's like a level 9. He searches for Ash. He affects your opponent, so even if a monster is unaffected by monster effects, they still can't activate their effects. It's a really, really clutch way to play around invincible monsters. And then a 1 Yazi, depending on the matchup, this card is invincible. Blackwing for the Trickstar matchup, so you take absolutely no damage. BLs, he's just really strong depending on the deck you make him against, and even against Trickstars, they make him huge. Black Rose, he's like the best synchro to make on your opponent's turn aside from Baxia. One of my new techs is Powered in Zectron. This was actually inspired by my teammate Eric because he made this card and was activating Solemn Strikes for free. This card, when it's synchro summoned, you take no damage at all, no battle, no effect damage. So when you're going into time and you have really, really clutch grind games, you make this on your opponent's turn and you just basically say, alright, I'm taking no damage. Next turn is your last turn. You just push for 100 or it doesn't matter, just push for 50 and you win the game. Like this card won me a game because we have 3 turns in DNA, so he was turn 2. I made this on turn 2. I take no damage. Game 3, I just normal attack for damage. I got game because of this card. Armades, she's just a really, really powerful synchro, and she just plays over back rows. Just depending on the matchup, you just make her at 2800 just swing. And then, of course, Herald won the MVPs and the Trishula rank 9. And then the side deck, I was like really expecting a lot of Trickstars. I side 3 Joel and Lockbird. I side 2 Raw Spear Molds, 2 Dinko Sekas. I wasn't sure what people were going to be playing today, so I changed my side deck to be ready for Pendulums and to be ready for Paleozoic. So I side 2 Dinkos and also 2 copies of Any Spell Fragrance. This got me came against a random Fluffle deck today. It was really, really good. And then just the 3 Kaijus. The 1 Slumber, it's really sad. The 1 Dark Hole, that's really sad. The 1 Raigeki. So we lost board wipes. But it's like bad for you, but at the same time, now you know when your opponent plays Dark Hole and they play Slumber, you know they don't have another other one. So like once you get rid of that one, it's like you're good to go. Even though board wipes don't hurt my deck whatsoever. But yeah, you guys wanted to see my ban list reaction, dude. You do not want to see it because I was so pissed off. I was so sad. But I am happy about my heralds because that's like my favorite deck. It's my best deck, and they're at full power, dude. So yeah, that is definitely the new update for the deck. I'll go over some new updated combos. Like there was like too many people asking me, dude, like show us the new combos. I'm gonna get to that as soon as I get the chance. But thank you guys so much for watching. God bless y'all. Make good choices. Don't hurt your brain cells. And shout outs to Metamats. That's our sponsor, and they do really, really good work. And freaking love the mat that we got from them. So yeah, peace. You'll be hearing from us soon.